All right. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to Florida Panhandle Media. Today's interview, we have Miss Linda Sanborn, who is here to tell us a little bit about a program she's involved with called the DUO program.
DUO
DUO
program.
program.
And DUO stands for Do Unto Others.
Do unto others. So we're going to take a moment and speak to her a little bit about this program, what it involves, and what kind of the goals are.
Okay.
What the whole thing
Thank
is.
you.
So,
Thank you. So as you said, my name is Linda Sanborn. I am, as it happens, a school board member on the Santa Rosa County School Board. I represent District 1. But 3 years ago, I founded the DUO program. DUO, as I said, stands for Do Unto Others. And I founded it, the purpose of it is to help needy students in our schools. We raise money to give the principals of every one of our public schools a DUO card. It's a prepaid debit card. We start them every year with $1,000. And when a student comes in who doesn't have appropriate shoes, or he needs glasses, or his glasses are broken, or he doesn't have a hoodie for the cold weather, the principal, rather than go to other sources that might require lots of paperwork, approval, he can just pull out the DUO card, and he or his designee, frequently it's a guidance counselor or even a teacher, can go to the store and buy what the student needs. So the program is designed to meet the critical, immediate needs of our most financially challenged students. I believe that this helps them stay in school. A child does not want to go to school wearing shoes that are falling apart. It might be easier to just stay home today.
Yeah.
Or he doesn't want to go to school when the whole class is going on a field trip and he couldn't afford to pay the money to go, and he's embarrassed. It also helps the teachers because I myself was a teacher in the public schools in Florida, 7 years in Tampa, and then the final 28 years of my teaching career were at Milton High School. Teachers, because we're of the nature to help students, we pull money out of our pockets to pay for field trips, to buy glasses, to buy a sweater. So the program also helps our teachers.
Yeah.
I started this some years ago. I was already on the school board, and I was invited to come to East Milton Elementary School, and that to me is the best part about serving on the school board, is that I get to go out to the schools.
Yeah.
So it was, it was August. It was the week before pre-planning. So it was maybe last week of July, right the beginning, hot.
Yeah.
And East Milton Elementary, in their cafeteria, had set up an area of donated items. So students and their parents could come in and get shoes or notebooks or backpacks or whatever had been donated. So I was there to help with the distribution, and they assigned me to the shoe table.
Sure.
So as these children came in, they would come over to my table, and the mother and I would, what size, and then we'd look through and find a pair of shoes that worked for the child, and, big smiles. That was wonderful. But then a young man came in, and he and his mother had clearly walked there.
Right.
Sweat was dripping off of them. And the young man was a little larger than your typical elementary school student. He was probably a fifth grader.
Yeah.
And he came in wearing rubber fishing boots.
Right.
Up over his knees, and every step he took,
Yeah.
the rubber boot flopped on his foot.
Yeah.
I think probably school was out in May, and he hadn't worn anything but, flip-flops all summer, and now all of a sudden he doesn't have shoes that fit. So they came straight over to the shoe table.
Right.
And he told me what size he wore. And most of the shoes that had been donated were for much younger children.
Sure.
I looked and looked and looked, and there was no shoe that would have fit that young man. And he kept saying, "Don't worry, miss. Don't worry, miss. My mama's going to take me to J.C. Penney and buy me a pair of Nikes."
Yeah.
He must have said that 3 times.
Yeah.
I looked at his mama, and she very slightly shook her head. That wasn't going to happen.
Right.
And I thought, what is going to happen to this child? He can't come to school next week wearing his dad's rubber fishing boots.
Sure.
So I did what any teacher would do. I now knew his size. Well, you can imagine.
Right.
So from that point on, that just kind of was in the back of my mind, the kids with needs,
Right.
by no fault of their own.
Sure.
Needs. So and that just kept resonating with me. And in December of 2022, I was watching the news.
Yeah.
And there was I get emotional thinking about it. There was a report about a county somewhere in the United States where they raised money and gave prepaid debit cards to law enforcement, so that if they saw a mother with a child, trying to find enough quarters to fill the gas tank, or a homeless man at McDonald's, they could help.
Right.
And I thought to myself, what a great idea. We should do that in Santa Rosa County.
Yeah.
I swear I heard the voice of God.
Yeah.
Say, "Linda, do it for the schools. Do it for the schools." So that was the birth of the program. After that, I had to get the approval of the superintendent, who talked to the principals, who said, yes, they would love it. I had to get the approval of the school board attorney, make sure I wasn't doing anything. I had to get the approval of our CFO, make sure the funds, of course, it was totally separate. And so in April of 2023, working totally by myself, I set out to raise $38,000.
Yeah.
Why 38,000? Because we had 38 schools.
38 schools. Yep.
So all that summer, I knocked on doors. I spoke to the Rotary. I spoke to churches. I spoke to my friends, and the money started coming in. And about the 1st of July, I had 25,000. And I said to my husband, I have 25,000 for the program.
Yeah.
But I don't know where the rest of it's coming from.
Right.
And he said, honey, I thought you told me God told you to do this. I said, well, yeah, he did. He said, so what do you think?
There you go. Right.
So by the time school started in August of 2023, I had raised $39,500.
There you go. It was provided.
It was provided. So I distributed that money to the principals, told them how it was to be used, told them that they didn't have to get any approval from me.
Right.
But they needed to keep their receipts and a ledger. And if they ran out of the money partway through the year, I would bring them more money, et cetera, et cetera. Well, shortly after that, I realized I did not want this program to be one and done.
Sure.
And that I could not possibly maintain it all by myself.
Right.
So I formed a board of directors.
Yeah.
I'm the president. There are a total of 8 of us that work on the program. We still accept donations. We seek donations. We write grants, and we have fundraisers. So that every year we are able to provide every school with at least $1,000 And then partway, several times, many times, the principal will call me, Linda, I've got some real issues and I'm out of money. I'll be there in 15 minutes with another card for you. So the program is a blessing to the community. It's a blessing to me to be able to work on it.
Yeah.
And I think the principals feel good that they have a way to help these situations.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the teachers tell me they feel so blessed that there is a way to solve the problem.
There's an outlet somewhere that these students can have a little help when needed.
And it happens instantly.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to apply for it. They can, at the stories, the girl who started school at the middle school with her shoes falling apart, and then they did fall apart, and so she started wearing her mother's shoes that were 2 sizes too small. And the principal noticed she was now not coming to school as regularly. He checked it out. The shoes were the issue.
Yeah.
They bought her shoes.
Yeah. Yeah. It's such because it's quick, because it's available, and you can make that action.
Solve the problem.
Solve a problem.
Solve the problem.
Yeah.
You hear of a problem? Here. This is how you solve it.
Let's figure it out. Let's
figure it out. This past year, DUO money has been spent on so many pairs of eyeglasses that kids would not have otherwise.
I hadn't thought about that. Eyeglasses, shirts, shoes, backpacks. I mean, anything really that's needed to allow that student to keep coming to school so they can get through each day.
That's right. We had a young man at one of our high schools in the South End who was a junior in high school, and the guidance counselor found out that there were some struggles going on, and she called him in to talk to him. And he and his mother had been homeless, but they had found some friends or something. I don't know the whole story. So he and his mother were sharing a bedroom in this home. The mother was on the bed. The young man was sleeping on a mattress on the floor, but he had no sheets, no blanket, no pillow. And he said to the counselor, "Could you help me also get a toothbrush?"
Yeah. Even if it's
So the counselor was able to get the toothbrush immediately, but contacted me and said, "Is it okay? Can we use DUO funds for this young man's pillow and blanket and sheets?" I said, "Of course, because a young person can't do well in school if he's not sleeping at night."
Well, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's such a needed thing, and it's needed everywhere. It's needed here in Santa Rosa County. I mean, we have so many.
We have more than 1,000 homeless students in this county.
Really?
And I'll tell you another little story. I get at the end of every school year, or when the principal needs more money, I get the receipts in a ledger. So I was looking at the ledger at a high school, and I saw they had spent $29 on a phone charger to be used in the car. And I thought, I'm not sure this, so I called the assistant principal, who, as it happened, was one of my former students. I called her and said, "Please explain this to me." Yeah. She said, "The young woman is homeless. She lives in the car with her mother.
Yeah.
And she has to keep her phone charged because this is the way she does her advanced placement work on the phone."
Okay.
When I heard that, I said, absolutely.
Sure.
That is absolutely an appropriate use of the funds.
Yeah. Wow. So, what a neat thing. And we really do. There's a lot of students in the county who really do need some help.
Right.
And some of these basic things, these basic necessities.
And that student graduated in June.
Yeah.
So it was a year ago that, she had to buy the car charger. She graduated with honors.
Very neat.
With nice scholarships. There was another student at that same school who had won a big scholarship, a very important scholarship. She also, well, her assistant principal described her house as just being really not very much. And so with this scholarship, she had the opportunity to go to Tallahassee to have it presented by Governor DeSantis.
Oh, that's neat.
And the young lady went to the assistant principal or the counselor and said, I don't have anything I could wear to that.
Yeah.
So they called me and said, by any chance? I said, yes, we will allow you.
We'll figure something out for that.
A few dollars for that.
Absolutely.
We had a girl at Central School, a 7th grader, who a not good home situation, not only poverty, but drugs involved.
Yeah.
And the thing that was keeping the girl interested in school was the choral program.
Okay.
Well, it came time for the Christmas concert for the chorus, and everybody had to wear a white shirt, black slacks or skirt, etc. And she did not have any of this.
Yeah.
Well, typically a family that's poor, they can borrow or they go to Goodwill. This mother, being on drugs, was not interested in doing it. So the young lady started telling everyone she wasn't able to go.
Right.
Well, the counselor figured out the reason, and DUO bought her the clothing so that she could participate in that concert.
I felt sick.
So you see, there are the immediate, crucial, critical needs of the glasses and the shoes, but then there are other things like I've just described that help students feel part of school, and therefore they're staying in school.
Yeah.
If they don't want to go to school because they're embarrassed about what they have to wear, or et cetera, and as we all know, teenagers do get embarrassed.
Sure. Yeah.
They will start not going to school.
Yeah.
Their grades suffer and they don't feel part of it. And then they end up frequently dropping out at the age of 16. And now we have a societal issue.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
So I feel as though the DUO program saves lots of kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Now, if somebody is looking to help, looking to reach out, how would they?
Our website is DUO-DoUntoOthers.com.
Okay.
DUO does stand for Do Unto Others, but the website is DUO-SantaRosa.com.
Okay.
And there you can see all of our various fundraisers and what we do with grants, etc. And you can make a donation.
Absolutely.
And you can contact through that if you would like to help in any way.
Very neat. Very neat. So this is a really great program. We're really glad that you were able to come in and talk to us a little bit about this.
Thank you.
Is this program? I mean, you're looking to just let's keep this going.
Absolutely.
You know, let's keep the DUO program around so we can help these students. Not a one and done, but a year after year.
Yes,
keep it going.
Absolutely. And I have learned so much by starting this program, and God has led me the way. But we are a 501c3. We have met all those kinds of requirements. And so we are definitely on the up and up with our own. We have accountants and all of that. So
keeping the ledger. Yeah.
Right, keeping the ledger. So we've accomplished a lot in 3 years.
Good. Excellent. That is good to hear. So, well, if anybody's looking to reach out, and we'll put the website right here at the bottom of the screen. People can reach out and they can support the program and support Santa Rosa students. So,
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here. And thank you all for taking a moment to watch this video here at Florida Panhandle Media. And go check out the DUO program, DUO-SantaRosa.com. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. Take care.